CatDV is famous for its flexibility, with the capability to handle on-premise, cloud and hybrid workflows across multiple locations. We are extending the platform to handle additional native cloud capabilities. We know lots of our customers have media stored in the cloud, but don't have an easy way of adding, searching and cataloguing it to their CatDV systems. We have therefore added Cloud Ingest into CatDV. Cloud Ingest allows you to automatically index cloud storage and import those assets into your CatDV system. On the right I have my Amazon S3 bucket, and on the left my CatDV system. I've created a new catalogue called Media on S3, which is where I will import my assets to. It is the worker component of CatDV that will index the cloud storage. When I start my CatDV worker, it will start importing assets and then creating thumbnails and proxies. It downloads a copy of the original media to a local cache, which it uses for analysis and creating the proxy file. CatDV's notification system keeps you updated on progress. The worker can also create and store an MD5 hash of the content for later use, such as checking the integrity of transfers. The worker node can store these proxies on a local volume or put them back into the cloud. Note the square bracket notation in the media path, showing us that the media is on a remote volume, whereas the proxy is on storage local to the CatDV server. Because it is the worker doing the import, you can use all the powerful tools you're used to. For example, here I've populated the animal metadata field based on the folder the content was in. There are several options for deployment. You could run your server and worker in the cloud, or have an on-premise server and cloud worker. Both of these options would avoid egress fees from your cloud storage. Note that for your cloud worker to talk to your on-premise server, we would recommend setting up a secure VPN tunnel between your server and cloud environment. The CatDV server and worker are also now available as a Docker image, and we talk more about that in another video. Finally, you could have an on-premise server and worker and still index content in the cloud. Let's look at how we would configure our CatDV system to index content in the cloud. The first step is to add my remote volume. In this case, this is my S3 bucket with the media I wish to import. I click the plus icon and give the remote volume a name. In this case, I've called it S3 existing. I pick the file system type, Amazon S3, and then I give it the full URL to the bucket. Once I've done that, I need to add my access key ID and my secret access key. The remote volume is now configured on the worker. Next, I need to create my watch actions. If I add a new watch action, you will notice that there is a new type called Cloud Ingest. This is very similar to a quick folder scan, but works on remote volumes. I need to tell the worker which remote volume to watch, using the square bracket notation. I can specify whether I would like the worker to scan subdirectories or just the root. Here you can see I'm doing some conditional logic to set metadata fields based on the parent directory or bin that the file was found in. Then I set a metadata field to true so that I can trigger the next watch action, which will perform the analysis and create the proxy. In this example, I'm also automatically setting the approval status to ready for approval. Finally, I tell the worker which catalogue and production group I want this media to be ingested into. So, like a quick folder scan, this will import the clip records into my catalogue. I now need another watch action to analyse the media and create my proxies. In my second watch action, I've created a server query to pick up all the clips which have a metadata field of Cloud Ingest set to true, and I've made sure to check the option to download remote files. I have workflow steps to reanalyze the media. This will extract the detailed metadata about the file, generate the thumbnails, and note I've checked the box to also generate an MD5 checksum. I have another step to build the film strip proxy. This is used by Web3. Note that the proxy route is local to the worker running this job, but this would typically be a shared volume. My next step creates the H.264 proxy using this new star notation, which means take the proxy route from my media store configuration. Speaking of which, let's look at how I've configured my media stores on the server. As you can see, I have two media stores. Local is for my on-premise media, and S3 existing media is my cloud storage. Note the square bracket notation in the original high-res path type. This tells CatDV that the originals are on a remote volume. In the same way that I manage remote volumes on the worker, I can also do so on the server. Here is my existing remote volume that I've already set up. You can see that in this example, although my original media is on a remote volume, I'm storing the proxies and film strips on storage local to the worker, albeit a shared volume. Now that we have checked the media stores are set up correctly, we can go back to the last bit of configuration on my worker. As I said earlier, I'm using the star notation for proxy route here. The worker will take this from the media store. I have another worker step to clear the metadata field that I use to trigger this workflow, in my case, the cloud ingest field. My final action is to publish the changes to the server. And that's it. Hopefully this short video has shown you how easy it is to configure your CatDV system to index content in the cloud. Thanks for watching.